I'd say that my still life drawing has stayed really strong. I mean, pretty stellar overall, for me at least. And that I have always viewed myself as wanting to be an illustrator. My granny, my dad's mother, had a big mansion that she bought. She turned it into 4 two-bedroom apartments. She'd had that hotel, and the city had hired her for years to run what was the first nursing home in the state. So she was a real people person. And we lived in the backyard in what had been the barn for that mansion, when they had horses and carriages. We lived upstairs in the loft that Dad had turned into a 2-bedroom apartment. And it had a big yard and a little chapel building. And the neighbor girl lived in the old gardener's house. They had a yard that went all the way through the block. And we had such adventurous, imaginative play, dressing up and being in nature. Just, dress up day is one thing, but just being in nature, and this is our kingdom, and this is this, and this is that. We were never short on ideas. She was always Nancy nurse, and I was Anne the art teacher or the artist. She became a nurse, by the way, and I became the art teacher and artist. I remember being in Chicago when I was maybe 14. I think it was Chicago. I had an art gallery, a big one. And in a room, there were pictures where you could go back into the distance and see things going on, almost like Bruegel. And that type of work, I just remember thinking, if I do artwork, like something significant, I would want it to be work where somebody could stay and look into the artwork, that there'd be a story there, if you will. There would be a lot to enjoy, that it wasn't just like, okay, I saw that one, but more like a visit into a place and with these people. And Bruegel's work has been I'm probably most closely aligned to something like that. Those are probably my best pieces, where I've used a sepia-colored pencil and drawn scenes. Some have a real medieval look. All have a very loving Christian community sort of strength to them. When I graduated at Lawrence, we had to put all of at the senior show. And one of the art history professors said, you're good at every medium that you've tried. And she thought that was rare. And but I do love illustrating. And my favorite books, other than the Bible, of course, and I suppose Pilgrim's Progress, but I absolutely love the books by Johanna Spyri. She wrote Heidi, the little Alpine girl that leads her grandfather back to Christ. But Johanna Spyri, a doctor's daughter who lived in Switzerland in the 1800s, and her mother was a literary woman, a poet, and they had a lot of intellectual literary discussions with people that would visit. And the father would go up in these mountains to treat patients up there, and the higher the mountain, the poorer the circumstance. But she writes these absolutely compelling, beautiful stories, very descriptive visually and from the heart. She really understood people, and she understood children, and she knew the Lord. And whether they were poor children grappling with the loss of their loved ones and unbelievably harsh circumstances, or maybe wealthy children where the mother had died, or the parents didn't seem to really understand the children very well. She brings such redemptive stories and solutions to these problems. I have a whole collection of old books that were written by her, and I've read them a couple times. It really nourishes your heart to read good literature like that. Jesus said that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And working with children, you just see that out of the abundance of the heart, it must be also that the hand draws. If a student is drawing like creepy, bizarre, that's the one you mention something to the guidance counselor. Like, there's something going on here. What's in here is what's going to come out. And Jeremiah says to keep your heart, that would be your core, the seat of your affections, with all diligence, for out of it come the issues of life. I would tell children that when we would get to scriptures like that, or when it would come up in the colors of the Bible, that like a castle, you have the keep, and there may be things that come, bad arrows that come your way, but you don't let them in. Bad thoughts, bad images, bad, do your best to keep your heart right before God.